that sound effect. I do. Ain't nobody out there to start biting my stuff, man. I haven't heard nobody use that yet, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, getting right on to it. I'm not going to be here long. A new thing that I'm working on. Let me pause this video because I don't want to hear myself in the background. Let me turn the volume back up. New thing that I'm working on. How I'm going to start doing my videos. I'm going to start doing them. I won't say live. Well, yeah, maybe like live. I'm like little hangouts, like 10 to 5 minutes to talk about certain things. It's a lot easier for me what I got going on right now. For the most part, like I said, I'm going to also too, I'm going to buy all new equipment. New microphone, new 4K camera. I have a rig, decent computer rig. I got two 980 Ti's in this thing here. Don't even use it. It's not even hooked up to my television. So I'm going to get some video editing software. Hold on. Am I turn it? Pause your video because I hear it in my ears. Please just hit pause or stop for a second, baby. Or turn that a little further or something. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. She got her own room, my room, and when I come, she just follows me from room to room. But anyway, I got some good news, some things that I'm working on behind the scenes. I'm gonna tell you guys now. I got invited to a very, very popular network show here on YouTube, very, very stable. Have about close to 2 million subscribers. To join their panel, and come on as they do their podcast, whatever the case may be. Like I said, you'd be surprised who watches your channel. There's some things that have to be ironed out behind the scenes, and I'm the type of guy, I don't like to count my eggs before they're hatched. But it's a contract involved. It's great. It's really, really like something, I could make this into a hobby, which became a little business of mine. But just want to look over, before I get ahead and sign my life away to something, or even, give them the rights to my own intellectual properties and some things that I have that I'm also working on behind the scenes. I have yet to tell you guys. So, but that's neither here or there. Also too, I bought, if you don't know, I bought two televisions. I bought the KS 9000 and I also bought the KS 8500. Got a sweet deal on them. Actually, I'm going to pick them up right now. The televisions. I got a super duper deal from Sears, and I've never bought anything from Sears a day in my life. Sears wanted to charge me, I think it was $100 per television to deliver, and I got my own. I have a Range Rover, so I can just pop the trunk, and my wife has a Volvo truck and put one in there. I don't know which. It may keep both of them, but my daughter just got her own apartment, her and her husband. And she's having a housewarming, so I may give her the 8500 or whatever, or it doesn't matter. I'll let her choose it too. Like, I don't know why I might end up keeping them and buy something else, but I heard her husband saying that they want to get a big screen TV for the front room. So we'll see how that go. Yeah. So anyway, on to today's video. And what the hell? I'm scared. I done lost the damn. So you guys see the topic of the video here. Colin, and again, I don't have a problem with dude. That's one thing about it. I don't have a problem with anybody. We don't know. He blocked me on Twitter for just asking him a question. I found it right here. I asked him a question. I said to him, let me turn the thing on. I said to him, when the PS4 Slim got announced or whatever the case, and he was all about it, which is cool. Hold on, Amaya. Hit pause on your thing, please. I don't want any copyright strikes. I hear your Powerpuff Girl in the background. Pause it. Thank you. Or turn it all the way down for 1 second. And he blocked me on Twitter because he was one of the ones that was very crucial of Microsoft. Them announcing the Scorpio and the Slim, and he had some things to say. And I was basically like, what are your thoughts on lack of 4K Blu-ray player? And actually I was very, very respectful. I actually said, yo, bro, what are your thoughts on, the PS4 Slim lacking, 4K Blu-ray player, 4K, upscale is just basically Sony and missing the optical port. Again, he was like, screw this. I don't care what nobody says. I'm buying this day one. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. He's a Sony dude. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. But I just wanted to ask him what are his thoughts of that console there lacking features where their biggest, competitor, which is Microsoft, are offering those things, you know what I mean? And he turned around and blocked me. And for those of you that know me, I'm very, very respectful. I don't, I don't troll. Like I said, if we have a relationship, like we know each other, for the most part, and we troll each other to have fun, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I can sling mud with the best of them. Like, I'm very respectful. I don't disrespect anybody. I respect everybody as a man. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, and again, he just blocked me from asking him a question. Never had harassed the guy. Actually, the first time I ever tweeted him. You know what I mean? Again, I was very, very respectful. I didn't come off as being a troll. And then again, I'm not losing any sleep about this man blocking me or anything like that. I just found it like, you're like, dang, you blocked me for that. But anyway, this is him speaking here.
Our life. Let me turn this. Where you're gonna say like, we have nothing. Yep. Let
me pause it here. So anyway, he's been very critical of Sony as of late. He's not a fan of the PS4 Pro. And it's probably, like I said, because it's, I guess, lack of power compared to the Xbox Scorpio. Now, and again, I will say this: it's not to say that the Scorpio, the Pro, I like the new name better, won't have games that are visually stunning. But a lot of people don't have 4K televisions yet. And again, you don't need a 4K television to take advantage of this console. You know what I mean? But a lot of people were saying, all I want is 1080p, a lock 60 frames a second. And this console is not going to be able to achieve 1080p, a lock 60 frames a second on graphically demanding games. You know what I mean? They stayed with that same Jaguar CPU. I wish they would have charged us $100 more and gave us a beefier CPU. But anyway, hear him out, what he has to say about Sony. And it's something, this is what he's saying here, is something that me, Crab, Mooch, Tim, we've been talking about for a long time with Sony.
Consequence comes out and Gravity Rush 2, and they're releasing them on top of each other. That is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life, where you're going to say, like, we have nothing for these two, one very minor game and one game that I don't think is very big, which is
after Black Friday, after every other console.
And they're coming out 4 days apart. We have no Gran Turismo, we have no Horizon. Sony's treatment of this, and I know I'm beating on Sony, and that's just the way it's going to have to be in this episode. Their treatment of first-party or just general second-party AAA exclusives in the PlayStation 4 cycle has been fucking unacceptable. And when you really
something I've said before,
never really hit in the fall with a game of any consequence since the game launched, or since the console launched. We had Killzone, which was great, and Knack with that. But 2014, nothing. 2015, nothing. 2016, nothing. All those games were pushed, and thank God you would have pushed, because that would have been a big Christmas disappointment. I don't know if February disappointment. But to me, it's like, and this goes back to this thing where, like, you guys are concentrating and confusing developers and giving them more things to work with. They can barely get the fucking games out. And it's not disrespectful, they all make games. It's clearly hard. And you're giving them more shit to worry about when they can't even deliver? This game's been in development for a decade. A decade.
It's talking about The Last Guardian.
Unacceptable. Just totally, anyone who defends this game, man, from a perspective of being like, well, it takes time, familiar with Yoeda and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm gonna blow the fucking air horn right now and tell you, like, Shadow of the Colossus, great game. Not this game that deserves to be on the pedestal it's on, and this game is going to disappoint you. I'll be shocked if this game comes out and everyone's like, that was worth 10 years. 4 days before that.
So anyway, like I said, he's been very, very critical of Sony as of late, and which is cool. Like I said, and I've been critical of Microsoft in the past. I'm still critical of Microsoft. Like I said, no company is 100%. You know what I mean? And if you don't, again, I should say, hold their feet to the fire, they don't have an incentive to get better. And Microsoft went through the same thing. They were very successful with their 360. They put their ass on their back. They sacrificed the specs of the console to include a peripheral that no one wanted, and didn't even have any support for the peripheral. You know what I mean? And that's why they went with a less powerful GPU. You know what I mean? And to include the Kinect, on which no one wanted. You know what I mean? But they don't never sacrifice the specs of your console to include a peripheral. Now, and again, there will be some Xbox streamers that won't, agree with that, but it's the truth. Now, do I love the Kinect? Yes, I do. I love live streaming, upload studio, all that. But like I said, I am a YouTube content creator. You know what I mean? What you call most in the hardcore or an Xbox enthusiast. So probably Microsoft making, take a dump in the box. Like, here's a Sunday. I might be inclined to think it's a Sunday. It is what it is. But it's bigger than me. You know what I mean? You have some people, again, that were not fans of the Kinect whatsoever. The Kinect that they gave us this generation was the Kinect we were supposed to have in the 360 era. But of course, like I said, price and processing power. Remember, I think it was E3 2010 or 11, I believe it was 10. When they first showed the Kinect, and you took your skateboard, you scanned it, you was able to put it in Tony Hawk game where you could scan yourself, put yourself in game. You know, all that stuff was rubber. That's not the Kinect that we got, but that's what they showed us. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I was all excited about the Kinect. Now, again, I don't really care about motion control gaming. I don't. Like I said in the day, being that the Kinect is, you know, you're not, I say, guaranteed to have it. Developers are not going to develop it, you know, games for or include it into their games. You know what I mean? I get it. So it is what it is. You know, Microsoft is in a way they can't really drop the Kinect because twitching is very, very popular. Upload Studio is very, very popular. I wonder going forward with the Xbox Scorpio, will they allow just third-party cameras, period? You know what I mean? And I guess I don't, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know. But that's another conversation, another topic for another day. You know, I'm just going back, like I said, things that I've called Microsoft in the past because, again, you see what just happened to Nintendo, how they sacrificed the specs of their console to include a peripheral, which is the tablet controller. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, they gimped out on the GPU and the CPU and the RAM and everything to include this tablet, which costs more than the actual console. You know what I mean? Instead of just packing every Wii U with a Pro controller and made some games that, you know, took fully advantage of, you know, this tablet. And mainly the full functionally tablet to take outside, you know what I mean? But Nintendo dropped the ball with that. But that's neither, again, here or there. You know what I mean? Nintendo, like I said, if they would have put out a console that was on par with the PS4 and the Xbox One and was able to run next generation engine, here's the thing. Nintendo put out a next generation console that couldn't run any next generation engines. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, yes, long as games came from the 360 and the PS3, the Wii U could have got games, but games like The Witcher 3, The Division, and what, you know, several other games and things that were using Unreal Engine 4 or Capcom's next generation engine or the Battlefield, you know, or not even Battlefield. Well, not Battlefield. Star Wars Battlefield that didn't come to current generation or last generation consoles. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I tell you guys, you know, exclusives are cool, but it's multiplex that rule. Now again, exclusive does give a console its identity. Now, if you think about what he's saying basically here, that when the PS4 launched, you know what I mean, they had Killzone, I don't know what the hell came after. Well, after Killzone, you had Knack. Then after that was Infamous Second Son. Cool game. After that was the baseball game. And then Dry. And then they gave you The Last of Us remastered. And I think there was a bunch of remasters. You know, Sony hasn't had a big AAA blockbuster exclusive for the holiday seasons. For this to be the PS4 came out in 2013. This would be the third. 2014. They didn't have 2014. What did they have? Nothing, I believe, or remaster, or maybe Uncharted collections or whatever. They haven't had a big exclusive in a while. The last big exclusive they had around the holiday season was Killzone. You know, I mean, Sony puts out at the beginning of the year. It's like Microsoft and Sony, like they switch roles. Microsoft is kind of dry at the first 2 quarters of the year. Well, this year Microsoft gave us Quantum Break, and I think that was the last exclusives. Until now, we got Recore. But Sony had Street Fighter. Whether you say hit is miss. I'm sorry. You know, you had Street Fighter. You had Ratchet and Clank $40 title, which is cool. Baseball, if you're into that, and then nothing else. And then this holiday season again, The Last Guardian. Now again, there have been some rumors, and not rumors, some reports from several publications saying they're very concerned with The Last Guardian. People have had their hands on it already for the first 30 minutes. It seems like a very lackluster game with a bunch of bugs and a bunch of problems. Now, again, with that being said, now, me personally, I'm primarily an Xbox dude, and I got the PlayStation for their exclusives. And I will look at a game like The Last Guardian, you know, which I saw the gameplay, and it looks basically like a PS3 game. I'm just being honest, you know, I mean, just graphic. It's not my type of game, you know what I mean? Persona 5 is not my type of game. I'm not knocking those that like it. It's not my type of game. You know what I mean? But like I said, this may be a good thing, you know, for Sony and for their fans and us gamers in general, because going forward, no longer will Sony have the better version of the multiplats. So what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to double down on their AAAs. You know what I mean? Because going forward, Microsoft is now with the Scorpio are going to have the better version of the multiplats. Now, again, that's not up for discussion. That's something that's fact. You know what I mean? You already had Albert Pernell and several of the higher ups in Microsoft said that, you know, there's going to be a noticeable difference when it comes, visibly difference. We're looking, comparing PS4 Pro games compared to the Xbox Scorpio. So what can help Sony along are their exclusives. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're going to need that. We still don't know what Nintendo's going to do, but I take my hat off to Colin for at least calling Sony out for it. You know what I mean? And say like, hey, there is a problem. What the hell are you doing? Sony, to me, are getting cocky again. They're getting very, very cocky. You know what I mean? Very, very cocky. And I know a lot of fans are not happy with the PS4 Pro. And again, Sony, and it's not no fault to Sony. Sony didn't say, you know, they didn't promise you guys the sun and the moon and the stars with the PS4 Pro or PS4 Neo. That was you guys, you know, making up this rumor of 5.5 teraflops. But if you don't have to listen to me or whatever, the specs that we saw were dead on. You know what I mean? When they came out, I think it was either Kotaku or Eurogamer. Like I said, I told you guys then that I saw some documents, but the documents that I saw were a little different. They were the ones that came out, the last ones that came out, but you know, the one they had, you know, they had the studio's ID stuff plastered across the front. So again, I couldn't show that stuff. But I'm not saying that again. I'm sorry, not like I said, not to say that. Like I said, the only thing they were not maybe like 100% on was the CPU, but then actually they settled with that. But the rumors when it came out that Sony was going to push they didn't say, but there was rumors circling around that Sony may push the PS4 Pro back. It wasn't to make the console more powerful. It was to include the 4K Blu-ray player. You know what I mean? I did a video on this also already. What talked about it. If you don't know, I tell you again then. And which I was shown a internal document from a very big electronics manufacturer. I'm talking about like Sony, Samsung, LG, Philips. I'll give you another one. One of the big guys, you know what I mean? And they said that the same way we had the IFCC here, whatever the case, when they got to apply off stuff. So basically, this internal document. Actually, I'll read it again here for you guys before I get the hell out of here. Basically, what it says, some of you guys may have heard me say this already, but basically, they saying for this company's talking about how they got to get a jump on Sony because they're having a problem with their SoC chips that they were going to use for the 4K Blu-ray player. They're not going to be ready until 2017. I don't know what happened. I don't know, but Sony's 4K Blu-ray player, it's coming out in 2017. That's why, like I said, I don't like with Sony. They don't be honest. They're saying that gamers, we're not into physical media. That's kind of dying out, and they're releasing their own standalone 4K Blu-ray player the first quarter of 2017. What the hell is this damn email at here? I'll read it again for you guys. For those of you that may not have heard me mention this before, actually I talked about it also too on BGST, which was a great show as always. Mooch is a fool. What the hell? What the hell is the damn email at? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Here we go. It's what it says here. Internal document. I'm not going to say any names, but dear such and such, HQ informed that Sony will show 4K UHD BDP in IFA and plan to release this year. Scroll down. Sony plans to production in December based on CPU's production requirement. In November was told by the SoC supplier. Now these companies use all the same damn near SoC suppliers, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, same thing. These, whoever the hell, they all use this damn one of these two Taiwanese companies. I mean, they use them to supply the chips for their products. Internet server may delay January, February, especially for YouTube certification. Therefore, not sure for the timing to launch U.S. market. May sell the player to the market first and have internet upgrade software later on. If you get any information, please share to us. We will still have to move our inventory quickly ASAP. Thanks. Blessed regards. Blink such and such. A bunch of stuff is a bunch of Japanese writing. So they're basically saying that we got to get the jump on Sony right now with our 4K Blu-ray player, because theirs is not going to be ready until next year. Or I mean, for the most part. So that's basically what they were saying. So that's the reason why the rumors came out that Sony, but it didn't come from Sony. But I mean, they were saying that Sony. There's some rumors that some rumblings that Sony may push the PS4 Pro back or Neo back to next year, but it was never to compete with the Scorpio for its tech. Well, I think I told you guys before, Sony and Microsoft, whatever the case may be, it takes 2 years or so of R&D, you know what I mean, to make sure the console doesn't overheat, a lot of different things, this console doesn't crash and doesn't burn up. It takes about 2 years, to get the design down, and so a lot of things, they can put. It's make it as powerful as they can in that casing without overheating, and also too, they pay for those chips in advance. So they say they gave AMD $15 billion, just for example, $1 billion. And when it came out that Microsoft was going to be more powerful, no, we don't want that. Give us what's on shelf too. You already paid for $1 million on these chips already. You know what I mean? And then again, and I told you guys this before, no one believed me. I told you it was not the Scorpio that caught Sony off guard. It wasn't. You know what I mean? They knew that the Scorpio, whatever, it was going to be more powerful than the Pro. Because like I said, they're both doing business with AMD. And if you listen to what Phil said, we could have did what Sony did, but we wanted a true, step with as far as advancement, as far as technology. And the technology and the chips and stuff that they're going to use for the Scorpio wasn't going to be ready until next year. I gave you guys the proof of that in my video way before E3 that the Microsoft's, more powerful console will be out in 2017 because of this internal document and stuff from this Taiwanese company. So they're releasing, they're making the SoC chips for a major third-party, gaming company or whatever the case that's releasing in 2017. But no one again believed me again about that. But like I said again, they knew that the Scorpio was going to be more powerful. Just like just like AMD showed Sony, hey, we got the Zen, we got the Vega, such and such coming out. What are you going to do? Sony wanted to take advantage of the VR because, like I said, they said rumors are that Sony invested about $600 million into this whole VR thing. You know what I mean? So they wanted to strike while the iron's hot. But what caught Sony off guard was the Xbox One S. You know what I mean? Because they took Sony's their flagship features, HDR, 4K streaming, upscale to 4K, and put it in their standard. Microsoft put that in their standard box, which is the Xbox One S, for no additional cost. That's what caught Sony off guard. That's why they didn't show the Neo or the PS4 Slim at E3. How do we come out there and show the Slim and the PS4 Neo and talk about the 4K stuff, and here is Microsoft gave us everything that we're bragging about, gave it to you for $300. Now comparing that to the PS4 Slim, the Xbox One Slim destroys it, as far as features and stuff like that. They're giving to you for no extra cost. And then again, your flagship features for your mid-gen iteration, Microsoft is giving you that right now to free. So that's why Sony didn't come out and show the PS4 Slim and the Neo, at the end of the day. But that's neither here or there. But like I said, before I get the hell up out of here, if you guys are interested, I don't know if some of you like with the unboxings and stuff. I don't know if I should keep them both. I may just keep them both. And I don't know. I may just keep them both. At the end of both of the sets. But I bought a KS8500 and a KS9000. I may give one to my daughter as a housewarming gift because my wife's a little pissed off at me. Which I really don't need any more televisions. I don't. I have upstairs in my living room right now. I have a Samsung Curve JS. What the fuck is it? A 9500 or 90? What the? Is that either that's a JS 9500 or 8500 there, or in the front or upstairs in the bedroom? I have two Samsungs 4K, which both have HDR. They do. Those are 65 inches. 9800, I believe, because JS 9800, whatever the hell, 9800, 95, one of them two. But the Curve series from last year, I have one in my front room and one in my bedroom. But those are 65 inches. I don't have room for 65 behind me. I don't have. You see, I have a small space behind me. But this Sony set here I bought at the end of 2014. it does not do HDR. So that's the reason why I'm, you know, buying a new set or whatever they can say. But I don't need another television. I really don't. So I'm gonna probably use this here as a computer monitor. Put it on my desk, hook my computer up to it, and start, you know, using my Windows PC. Start giving you guys videos and stuff. But anyway, so any questions about that? So anyway, shout out to Colin, you know, for calling, you know, Sony out. Like I said, I think at the end of the day, all the fanboy stuff, if you don't, you know, call them out, because for what they do, they don't have an incentive to get better. You know, competition. I want Sony to thrive and do better, because that makes Microsoft thrive and do better. You know what I mean? And again, both Microsoft and Sony are at their best when they're lobbying for our dollars. You know what I mean? You know, that's just being real. Stone Fox me just said the Scorpio is going to struggle versus the P. I don't see how, but that's you know, he's entitled to his own opinion. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we're gonna see. But like I said, I don't think it's going to struggle when they're coming out and saying, you know, that games are going to noticeably look better on the Scorpio. Like in us game was we like, I'm friends with a lot of diehard Sony dudes, and they're really upset with Sony and with the Pro. You know what I mean? Because it's not native 4K. You gotta realize again, it's been Sony that's been touting and bragging about this resolution and all this stuff, and you know, and I'm not saying it's a big deal with me. Somebody just this is my daughter. No, it's not Zari. What the hell? This is Janaya and my grandson. Who the hell who phone is this? Okay. They're not on the phone, baby. Just send me a picture. We're gonna get Zaki next week, okay? They just sent me a picture, okay? We gotta go pick up Daddy's teeth. But anyway. Let me see. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is Zaki and his mommy. That's your older sister. That's Janaya. And that's his mom, okay? All right. Okay. All right. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Go turn that tablet down, please. I'm about to get the hell up out of here and go get my sets. And look out for later on today for the multiplayer podcast. Should be a great show as usual, man. Great show. Porter Rock. Turn that tablet down, please. Porter Rock's funny. Between him and Omega. I'm going to try to set up that debate between him and K-Mega 405. They keep me dying each week on the multiplayer podcast. Last night we shot Beastfire. Great shows again. You know, Dean and Dealers squared off. They were going back and forth at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Look at my hair. Come on, yeah, man. You can't see it here. Doesn't matter. But anyway, thank you, boy, guys, for rocking out with us, man. I need my damn hair done. I got my hair tied up in the back. Yo, my hair. But anyway, so listen, I got something very big that I'm working on. You guys should love it. It feels good that people recognize your growth and what you do here. You know what I mean? It feels good to be, to be acknowledged by my peers. And thank you guys that have been rocking out with me since day one, man. It's, has came along with me on this journey. I appreciate it, man. But I guess, listen, you're about to see your boy on the big stage. If everything works out and it's conducive to what I'm doing, and I don't have to sell my soul and just be me, I'm all about it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't want to change me and who I am, regardless of the platform. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here, man. Bang, bang.